Good morning. Welcome to Mrs. Bisson's virtual classroom. Today we're going to be learning about the main idea and finding supporting details when reading a text. This is really important, and I know that you've had a lot of practice doing this in the past, but we're going to really focus on this in the next month or so and doing a lot of activities involving this. So it's important that you go through the guided notes that you have and write down all of the information that's required. So for this you will need a sharpened pencil with an eraser. You'll need your guided notes sheet. Go ahead and follow along and fill in the spaces as prompted in the video. You'll need your headphones and your literacy notebook that you actually started before. If you need help with that, let me know. And you will need 2 highlighters of different colors. So I know that all of you have heard of a main idea and have a general idea of how to find it. The main idea is also called the central idea, or sometimes the main point. And it's the primary concept of a passage. It represents the point that the author is trying to make. So really what you're asking yourself is, what's the point? What is the author's point? So how do you find the main idea? The main idea can be found by looking for the general ideas in the text, using the topic sentence, so the general subject of a section, to lead you to the main idea, and using keywords to help you identify the main idea. So really what you'll need to do is read a passage and say, what is this about? What is the author trying to tell me? And here's an example. Although we don't have the text that she's actually reading, you can tell from this little cartoon how easy it is to find the main idea. And the girl on the left says, I can't figure out what the main idea is for this article we read in class. And the girl on the right says, well, what's it about? And she says, hurricanes. And the other girl, what about hurricanes? She says, oh, just how destructive they can be and how much damage they can do. And then finally the other girl confirms, well, there you go, that's your main idea. So what is the article about? And so she was able to identify that just from talking to her. So she didn't even have to read the article to figure it out. So that shows how easy it is to find the main idea. So now that you know what the main idea is, what are the supporting details? Well, the main idea is usually reinforced by a series of other points or details which support the premise of the main idea. These are called supporting details. All right, so you will be required to, in your future assignments, have the main idea and at least 3 supporting details. So it's important that you're writing and completing 7th grade writing activities and finding at least 3 supporting details. So supporting details support the main idea. So they tell you about the main idea. And you may have seen the main idea and supporting details umbrella before, and that's a nice way to visualize what it would look like. So on the actual umbrella portion, you have the main idea, and then you have the raindrops, you have 3 supporting details. And that's a nice way to think of it. I've also seen some teachers use the main idea and supporting details hamburger, so whatever one you like, but in this example, the main idea is the bun, and your details are the nice, delicious little details on the inside of a hamburger. So how do you find the supporting details? The supporting details can be found by looking at specific evidence, such as examples, causes, reasons, or facts. If you're reading something, for example, a nonfiction article or something like that, you will probably have quite a few facts in there, and even number words. You can find number words in there. I know that you did that actually last week with Mrs. Ripley when you were finding the number words in the reading passages. So those would definitely be supporting details. And in fiction stories, you might find some cause and effect, some reasons for something, some examples that the characters give, something like that. And then supporting details are after the topic sentence and can be found in the body of the paragraph. So that gives you an idea of where you would be finding these. And also another little trick that you can use, they can be found after addition words such as one, another, and finally. So to give you an example of that, it could be, and finally, Jessica said that. So you could find probably a supporting detail there, or in nonfiction text examples, you may see something that says one more example of, or something to that effect. So we'll be going through some more examples throughout the month, and we'll be able to see some examples of different types of addition words and how we can use those to identify supporting details. So let's go ahead and get started with a little bit of a practice. This is a very short passage, but I think it helps. You'll need to make sure that you have your highlighters available to highlight on your guided notes. Make sure that all of the underlined sections are filled in at this point. If they are not, please go back and review those parts and make sure that those are completely filled in. You will be receiving a chip for completing this, but you will need to make sure that all of the fields are populated with your answers. So here we have an example of Sally, and the name of the passage is Sally's Shopping Adventure. Sally went shopping after school Friday and all day Saturday. She bought 5 new outfits. On Sunday, her mother took her to the outlet mall so she could find the accessories that she wanted to match her new outfits. She also bought school supplies so that she would be prepared for the new school year. So what is the main idea? Well, let's talk about it. So get your highlighter, doesn't matter what color. So we know we can actually look at the title of the passage, and it says Sally's Shopping Adventure. So I know that this is about Sally going shopping at some point. All right, but that's not our main idea yet. So we have Sally went shopping, and this one's an easy one because it's actually in the first sentence. Sally went shopping after school Friday and all day Saturday. So I would say that the main idea is that Sally spent the weekend shopping. So write that down. Lucky Sally. So she spent the weekend shopping. So that's our main idea, and it's pretty simple. So let's look through the text again and see if we can highlight and use a different colored highlighter this time. So you should have had 2 out of different colors. So you should have a different color highlighter out for this. So Sally's Shopping Adventure. Sally went shopping after school Friday and all day Saturday, and we used that sentence to find our main idea. But let's look at our supporting details. So we know that she bought 5 new outfits. Okay, so on Sunday her mother took her to the outlet mall. Okay, so she bought some accessories. We're not going to highlight that entire passage there, that whole entire sentence, on Sunday her mother took her to the outlet mall, because that's just about shopping again. Okay, and she also bought school supplies. So we've got some supporting details here. These are details about what she purchased when she was shopping. So this really helps us because now we know we have 3 supporting details. The first one being Sally bought new outfits, right? Okay, and the second one, Sally bought accessories. And finally, Sally Bought School Supplies. So make sure you have those written in the field there, the available field for you to write in, so that you can get credit and you can get your chip. All right, so you will see on the next slide a graphic organizer. And every time you write, I would highly recommend using a graphic organizer. This helps you to organize your thoughts. It helps you to know how to develop your topic sentence and how to make sure that you have the information in your own words, and how to really have a good structured 7th grade paragraph. And it's really important, and I do want to mention this, that you are writing in your own words. You are not supposed to copy directly from the text, and a lot of times things will be facts, so you'll need to reference your source, and we'll talk about that as well in the future. But when you're looking at the main idea and the supporting details, you should paraphrase or state what is happening or what the fact is in your own words. If you don't do that, that's actually called plagiarism, and it's something that is not acceptable in the academic environment. And in fact, when you get into high school and you get into college, you could get into some really, really big trouble. So go ahead and make sure that you are writing in your own words. So Sally bought new outfits, Sally bought accessories, and Sally bought school supplies. And we have just completed our graphic organizer, and we would be able to write a paragraph about this if we wanted to. We could say the story was about Sally and her weekend that she spent shopping, and on her shopping trip she bought new outfits. She also bought some accessories to match her outfits, and she bought school supplies as well. So you would be able to say that. We'll be going through some more complicated examples, of course, in the future, but this was an easy one that helps to kind of organize how we're going to look at this and the steps that we're going to take. So let's review. The main idea is the primary concept of a passage. It represents the point that the author is trying to make. So ask yourself, what is the author saying to me? What is the author trying to say? The supporting details are the other points or details that support the main idea. So whether or not you want to think of the hamburger or the umbrella, or you have a different way of looking at it, some people like to also say a stool or a table, and the 4 legs, if you're looking at 4 supporting details. So 4 legs would be 4 supporting details, and then the top part of the stool or table, or the top of the table, would be your main idea. So if you want to visualize it that way as well, that would be fine, whatever way works for you. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you raise your hand and you show me your completed guided notes so that you can get your chips. And we will be working with this quite a bit this month and doing a lot of practice activities. Let me know if you have any questions and I will help you. Thanks so much.